Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate the Dogecoin community too for being awesome. Contributors to obviously our comments section from our last video, but also just awesome results here. Take a look at this here, folks. Quick congrats to everybody for Solana profits, 47% on the long, Dogecoin 66% in 8 hours on a long. Bitcoin 42% in 10 hours, and then if we take a look here, we even had a second Dogecoin trade open, 80% profit in 1.5 trading days. So really awesome stuff. This pretty much explains how it went last night. And the thing we got to recognize though here too, folks, isn't to get super greedy. I know there's a lot of Dogecoin millionaires out there or wannabes that are thinking this is going to go to the moon. I'm not discrediting that at all. Just saying that what goes up must come down. You got to realize that this was a fundamental catalyst that caused the price to go up because of Trump getting elected. Do you really think it's going to continue higher without profits being secured first? There's a great chance, and I'm not discrediting the man, he really made things happen for us, but there's a good chance that Elon Musk is probably securing profits here. He's probably made billions of dollars in this situation here. So please try not to be naively just funneling money into this coin at this exact moment. I think there's a good chance we'll probably see the price pull back a little bit. But once again, I've been wrong in the past, so it's perfectly fine if that happens. The key takeaway here is to dollar cost average wherever possible into a spot bag, and if you're going to use leverage, be careful with your entry. Make sure you're using low and realistic leverage. Those profits I just shared with you folks, 5x leverage trades. Granted, Bitcoin, I 10x leverage that, but 5x for every altcoin in the market, including Dogecoin. Okay, so let's take a look here. Liquidation on the back end is pretty insane. A lot of shorts are coming into play, late shorts as the price comes down. This is pretty kind of cryptic. It's hard to really see what's going on there, but the general consensus here is that there's liquidation all over the place. And this coin is just it's everywhere, if you will. And the best thing to extract here, I would say, is that the liquidation delta is coming back down. This is starting to normalize, implying that a consideration for a long here soon is on the cards. It's in the books. And the reason why is because as liquidation delta comes down, it implies that more and more longs are either A, getting liquidated or securing profit. Generally, the market right now is going to liquidate them first because most coins, specifically Dogecoin holders, their mentality is everything is moon worthy and everything is going straight up. Probably because of the consistent nature of other influencers. I'm just speculating here, but from what I see in my community, there's some pretty big nonsense in this space. Not discrediting them or anything. I mean, I'm sure they know what they know, which is probably a very small amount. But the truth is, from a technical standpoint, it makes sense the price is pulling back, and this is a good sign here, letting us know we're starting to naturalize and average out without being too heavy on one side or the other. Okay, Bitcoin, for example, before it took off yesterday, 2 days ago, it had a significant short delta liquidation of like 8 billion. We took longs into that, knowing that the price action is more likely to go up than down, based on the simple fact that what goes up must come down, and or you have too much in one direction for too long, it's more likely to correct itself. Either way you look at it here, this is a pretty significant cup and handle breakout, so Dogecoin is doing very well, performing as expected. But it come up to this level here. Look at this. It's almost a perfect rejection here. Daily candlestick closure. 1, 2, 3, 4 candlestick closures back in, what is that, March of this year. And look at that. Rejects instantly for the first time it comes into that range. So again, it's not a guarantee, but if you're ever going to set a take profit target, usually you want to set your take profit targets just below or close to previous all-time highs or local highs. This isn't an all-time high, but it is a local high for this year, and it's important to recognize that that's going to give us some trouble, at least initially, which happened, all right? So anyways, nobody really saw Bitcoin running to 75,650, so there's that too, but this is a fundamental catalyst all in all, and generally speaking, when those things occur for Dogecoin, the price is more likely to correct itself sooner than later, okay? So take a look at the daily time frame. We've got to recognize here, this is a very bullish sign, being over 70 on the RSI, really implying that further upside is much more likely. So my speculation is 18 to 19 cent range is going to be a good accumulation zone. Taking a look here at stochastic, we can see it's bouncing. Money flow index is high as well. MACD's converging. We got a nice little MACD-FU here recently. A lot of reasons why this coin is here to stay, okay? So again, no discredit to this coin or its followers. I'm just letting you know generally how technical analysis is supposed to work. The likelihood of further downside makes sense before it pumps once more, just because A, we have a significant fair value gap here, and we haven't retested our high, our local high, that 18 cent range roughly, to, as a bullish backtest. So most of the time you'll see price action break its high, come back down, consolidate, and then take off. This really didn't do that yet, at least so far, right? I think there's still time, but I would say that I'd be solidly considering an entry around 18 to 17 cents. That seems like a practical consideration. Taking a look at the local area, the range, the liquidation, all that stuff in that area, it just seems like there's going to be a little bit more of a pull to that range. Okay. This hinges on Bitcoin too. If Bitcoin dumps, I think Dogecoin will probably pull back a little more aggressively than we'd like. And that's just mainly because it's an overextended coin. A lot of coins are performing the same way. But they're also on the edge of greatness too. So you got to recognize that as well. Anyways, take a look here. We're back under 70 on the RSI. So generally construed as a sell, take profit consideration. So again, hadn't you been so greedy, and I'm not pointing you out specifically, you know who you are, you could have secured profits in the 20 to 21 cent range. Now you're frustrated at 19 cents and it could go lower. So that's the whole point of it. When you take a trade, you set targets. That's why whenever I send out a trade, I always provide my members with 4 profit targets. So you can choose which one works best for you. But more importantly, I'm securing profit at every single one of those targets, right? Ideally, I secure the most profit in the first target, and then it diminishes as it goes higher. I'm saying that because best practice for you would be to consider taking profits, and the reason why we see that here is as soon as the RSI crosses under 70, that's kind of something I teach in my community. That's usually a secure profit scenario. So had we done that, it was about 1 a.m. Granted, the majority of us were probably sleeping if you're in the US. The price was hovering in the 19.8 to 20 cent range. So you would have had more profit had you used that tactic, right? Again, it's not a guarantee. The price will sometimes do that and just take off, but for the most part, if you're not securing profits, you're not trading, okay? Don't call yourself a trader if you do not take profits and everything you buy is a diamond hand hold or whatever it is you call it. Anyways, that's kind of foolhardy, and I like to mention that in my Dogecoin videos because more Dogecoin traders have a little bit more naivety just based on trading. It's not a discredit at all. It's just your exposure is limited. I don't think there's a tremendous amount of good traders out there actually trading Dogecoin. That's just my personal thoughts. While I'm not a phenomenal trader, I'm fairly consistent, and I think consistency is something people lack. So again, just throwing it out there, friendly advice. The idea here is to make sure that you're actually securing profits, or what's the point in trading? Obviously, holding on for a long time is a different story. That's an investment. That's not trading, though, folks. Just to clarify that. So if you're walking around town telling people you're a trader and you literally just buy and sell Dogecoin every once in a while, it's kind of funny. Anyways, Ichimoku Cloud. Let's double check a couple things here. We're above the cloud, lagging spans free and clear, conversion lines getting closer to the baseline. These are all indications that this trend is still good, but it's also letting us know that we're much more likely to see the price action. The window of opportunity is getting closer to an end, if you will. So again, take that with a grain of salt, but at this point, we are in a descending trend here. You could argue this is a bull flag, which is very much true and accurate so far, as long as we remain above the 0.5 fib level, which I can draw out some new fibs here for us and just kind of see where we're at. And once again, folks, maintaining above the 0.5, look at that, 0.5 fib, hanging out right there at about 18.2 cents. That's that key level support for us, okay? So my money is on 18.2. I'm going to go ahead and set an alert, consider along at the 18 cent range, and kind of go from there. I'm going to reevaluate when we get there, though, too, if that even happens, right? Never truly know. I'm the kind of trader that likes to wait for an opportunity that either A, never happens, or B, is awesome when you get there, versus taking along right now and regretting it, right? Because again, this trend is down. No matter how you look at it, the trend is moving down. So taking along into a descending trend is just pretty much foolhardy because you're hoping for good things to happen. You're getting lucky, as you say. We have some folks in our community who they it's kind of funny. It's kind of a joke, but the truth is they'll get into a trade super early and think they're really, really awesome because it went the way that they hoped for. When truth is they got in without confirmation, they pretty much just got lucky. The problem with that equation is that when you consistently do that and you find success with it, you think that that's literally how it all works. And the truth is it works in trends like this that are very bullish and very strong, but eventually it's going to come out and kick your ass. So please, please, please wait for confirmation. Don't just jump into a blind long here at 19 cents because you feel good about it, right? Feeling takes a long time to evolve in trading. If you've been trading for less than a year, you don't have a feel for the market. Okay, anyways, I know I'm probably sounding very critical here. I'm just trying to say these things because I get a lot of community members over here in our community from Dogecoin, and a lot of them have kind of a false sense of reality of how the market works. And that's okay. It's very normal. But the point is here, 0.5 fib aligning itself with a key level resistance / support level leads me to believe that 18 cents is going to be a pretty prime entry if we get there. So me, instead of trying to consider shorting to that level because that's inherently more risky, I would rather wait for a long that may not happen. You could dollar cost average on your way into that. You could average in at 19, 18.5, and 18 if you want, but I personally think it's worth waiting for, but that's just my personal opinion, okay? I've been wrong in the past plenty of times. All right, thanks again so much for watching. I hope you learned something today. Make sure you check out our awesome Trading Academy community and Signals group, link down below if you're curious. We also have a trading affiliation with Bitunix too. Be sure to check that out. It's also linked down below. In fact, let me actually pull it up here for you. It's in our announcements section here, just so you can kind of get perspective, because this thing is really awesome because it's like a progressive prize pool. There's like $60,000 up for grabs, and all you got to do to qualify is be in the top 20. Okay. Simply use my link to register. You'll notice that that is kind of how that works. Pretty straightforward, but you're always eligible for future competitions and bonuses. So far, the prize pool is 15K. All right, folks. Thanks again for your time. We'll look forward to seeing you next one. Have a great rest of your day. Take care.